you ever sabotage a wedding dress so subtly it unravels like your sibling resentment? Yeah. This ain't bridal couture, it's emotional damage in lace. I didn't mean to ruin her wedding dress, not really. It started as a prank. Something petty and impulsive, and not fully thought through. A jagged little act of protest sewn into tulle. But I have to be honest, it felt good when I did it. And I haven't spoken to my sister since. We weren't enemies. Not overtly. We shared bunk beds growing up, matching pajamas, a joint birthday party when our dates were close enough. But somewhere between middle school and marriage proposals, we diverged. She was golden. Polished. Prom queen energy in a casual ponytail. Everyone adored her. Teachers, boyfriends, even my ex-boyfriend, who sent her a Christmas card after we broke up. I was not her. I was smart, sure. Opinionated. I got good grades and worse haircuts. When she got engaged to Adam, a too nice software guy with clean fingernails and no discernible hobbies, I thought, fine. She wins. Let her have the fairy tale. Then she asked me to be her maid of honor. The fittings were hell, not because of the dress. The dress was stunning. Cathedral lace with delicate sleeves and an illusion neckline that made her look like a snowflake made flesh. No, the fittings were hell, because they made it real, tangible. Her life accelerating while mine stood still. She tried to include me, asked for advice, smiled at me with her magazine cover grace. But it all felt like performance art. So when I accidentally took the dress home with me after the final fitting, claiming I had swung it by the preservationist, no one blinked. And I did bring it home, hung it in my bedroom, stared at it for hours, until I got out my old sewing kit. I didn't destroy it, I just undid a few stitches. Just enough. Enough that, if she moved a certain way, the side seam would pop. Not dramatically, just a slow, creeping rip. A delicate unspooling. A whisper of imperfection in her perfect day. It was satisfying. Quietly powerful. And I told myself she'd never know it was me. Rehearsal day came. She tried it on again. All seemed fine. She twirled. She smiled. She kissed my cheek. The wedding was the next morning. And the seam gave out right before she walked down the aisle. It wasn't dramatic at first. A subtle slouch in the fabric. A gap widening at her ribs, but her mother-in-law noticed. Then her photographer. Then Adam, who whispered, "Are you okay?" Just before the music began. They delayed the walk. Someone fetched safety pins. A bridesmaid gave up her shawl. The guests waited. And I just stood there, hands folded, watching the unraveling. She got married. The photos were cropped carefully. Most guests didn't even realize anything had happened. But she knew. She pulled me aside during the reception, eyes wet and voice brittle. "Did you do it?" she asked. No hello, no preamble. "What?" I said, playing dumb like a coward. "Did you do it?" I didn't answer. She walked away. And I haven't seen her since. She didn't block me. She didn't post some public call-out. But she's removed me, thread by thread, from her life. No birthday texts. No invitations. She didn't come home for Christmas. I know what you're thinking, that I am awful, that I deserve it. You're right. I just wanted to be visible. To stitch myself into her story, even if it meant becoming the tear. Now I am the only one who remembers the seam. This is not a prank. This is Shakespearean-level sabotage. Like Bridesmaids meets Macbeth, but make it petty, silent, and stitched by hand. You didn't cut up her dress in a rage. You unpicked it. Carefully. Surgically. Like someone planting a flaw in a mirror just to prove it's not perfect. And it worked. The dress gave out, the moment glitched, and you got to stand there and watch. Not laugh, not gloat, just exist, finally visible, but only to her, and only in the worst way. Let's not sugarcoat it. That was messed up, but it wasn't random. It was grief. For a version of sisterhood you never got. For the shared history that always felt like a spotlight on her and a shadow on you. You didn't want to ruin her life. You just wanted to touch it, finally. Leave a mark. And you did. But now the only mark left is a silent one, like the seam you ripped. She didn't block you, she erased you. And babe, that's a special kind of exile. This wasn't a stitch, this was a scar. This wasn't about the dress, it was about finally being seen, even if it meant being the villain. Tragic, poetic, and totally unhinged. I too have wanted to emotionally unravel a sibling using textile arts. You're not alone. She hemmed her dress and her relationship in one night. Whew. If you have ever wanted to handcraft some chaos, maybe stick to embroidery. Hit like, stitch a fake Reddit comment below, and remember, visible doesn't always mean remembered. See you at the next unraveling.